Hi, welcome everybody to Why Intuition is Not as Woo-Woo as You Think. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm really pleased that you could be here. Do leave me a comment, say hi, so I can say hi to you personally as well, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, today is all about intuition, but in particular, it's about why intuition is not as woo-woo as you think. Now, you may have described many times before about having a gut instinct or a sixth sense, maybe a hunch or a feeling in your waters. There are so many different varied expressions and terminology with regards to intuition and what it can be called in different areas and different cultures. But really, it really is accessible and attainable to every one of us at any time. And it does seem to have this reputation, really. I'm just seeing if I can try and bring up your comments, because for some reason they've changed the format. I think it's Facebook's changing, so I can't always see your comments. I'll try and bring it up on the phone as well. Yeah, so intuition really seems to have this reputation for being quite woo-woo and almost unattainable to most people. A lot of people have the opinion or the perception that you need to have some kind of ritual, for example, to be able to access it fully. And really, that's just not true. That's not how it works at all. And we're really going to be going through that today. And I'm going to be helping you to discover really what intuition is, but also the various types of people that use intuition on a daily basis. And it might not be who you think it happens to be. So don't forget to come on, give us some thumbs up and some love, and also say hi in the comments, and hopefully they will start coming up on here soon. So let's have a look. So the first thing I want to do is bust out that myth. So the first thing is that intuition is accessible by everyone, and it's not something that we need to be doing anything massively differently in our day to be able to understand, to harness, to witness, to feel, to experience. Because really trusting your intuition when you're trying to find clarity, even though it might sound a little bit woo-woo or even a little bit out there, in actuality, intuition is one of the most practical and powerful tools that you can use to be more successful in your business, happier in love, and also experience deeper and more fulfilling relationships as well. If every time I'm looking down, it's just I'm keeping an eye on comments for you as well. And like I mentioned before, your intuition is really, it's working for you 24/7. It tells you if something doesn't feel good, or if it does feel good, or if it feels bad. It tells you if something is positive or negative. And this is why when something goes awry, you may often say yourself or hear other people say, I knew I should have, or I knew I shouldn't have. It was your intuition basically giving you a heads up all the time. So what is intuition? Well, the dictionary definition of intuition is the ability to understand something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning. So basically, if we're going to put that into layman's terms, it's knowing. And it's knowing something without it having to have come from a resource. It's something that you almost pretty much either feel within your body or feel within your mind. So let's have a look now at some of the people that use their intuition on a daily basis, because like I mentioned before, a lot of the times it's not necessarily always who you think it will be. Now, in a survey that was done, some of the top executives, in fact, over half of the top executives that were surveyed said that they didn't believe that they relied on their intuition enough. They'd actually mentioned that they didn't think that data and analytics was enough to have sustained success. So that's really interesting. This is like people of top 500 companies, for example, leading people in big industry, in mass companies, that type of thing. Some of the greatest minds in history and some of the most revered leaders that we actually have rely on their intuition. And in fact, Probably one of the most famous quotes by Albert Einstein was that the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. And it continues on to say that we have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I believe that at one point in time we were all much more in touch with our intuition. And it seems that through different lessons that we've learned through society, with different ways of being, we've lost touch with that intuition. But that doesn't mean to say that it's gone. It's still there. And later on in the week, I'm going to be helping you to discover ways of being able to get in tune with that and enhancing that, and tools that you can also use to enhance that. Now, there's also quite a lot of research that's actually been done with regards to intuition as well. And I'm going to be posting up a blog post for you that will be up. It's going live at 11:15, but I will come back and I'll put a link to it here, and you'll be able to see some of that research, and it links through to that as well, so that you can see that for yourself. But basically, the study showed that intuition does exist, and it also showed how it could be measured. It's a very interesting study, so I will leave that for you. There's also Dr. Olaf. Now, Dr. Olaf has written extensively about intuition and is the author of many books, including a guide to intuitive healing. And on the blog post, I link to that for you as well. Now, I did also post the other day with regards to questions, like what kind of questions do you have about intuition? It's probably one of the most talked about subjects that I will have, no matter which area somebody is coming to me from. So whether that's from a coaching perspective, whether that's from a reading perspective, everybody seems to be fascinated about intuition, but really what they're more fascinated is, have I got to intuition? Am I intuitive? And if so, how can I harness that? How can I be in touch with that? And how can I believe that? What's the difference between my intuition and my imagination, for example? What's the difference between an educated guess and intuition? And we're going to be covering all of those things this week. So I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown as to the other topics that we will be bringing to you this week. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., we are going to be going through that you are intuitive and the reasons why you're also intuitive. Then Wednesday, I'm bringing you 7 everyday things that you never knew were your intuition. On Thursday, we've got why intuition is your internal roadmap. If there is any particular day to tune in, if you're not able to tune into all of them, then Thursday is definitely the day that's going to really help you to understand how much intuition can make a big difference in your life once you're in tune with it. Then on Friday, we're going to be bringing you the 7 tips to get in tune with your intuition. On Saturday, we've got the 7 tools to help you enhance your intuition. And then on Sunday, we're going through how intuition makes you healthier, attract the love of your life, be wildly successful, and gives you eternal lasting happiness, because all of that is achievable and is always achievable and can be achievable once you're in tune with your intuition. So thank you so much. I really would love to have your comments back with regards to today's. Did you find it fascinating? Has it helped you to understand that it's not as woo-woo as you originally thought it was, and that also people in big leading industries also enhance their, or get in tune with their intuition to even make the big decisions that they need to make within life? Maybe that's something that you weren't aware of to begin with. So do let me know in the comments. I'm also going to be posting those links to the other posts as I mentioned, so that you can submit your questions to me, and then I'll be covering that in a Q&A at some point this week. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.